I've worked with 1,804 Airbnb hosts over the past 6 years. Here are the top 4 most common mistakes that you need to avoid. These mistakes cost hosts thousands of dollars, and mistake number 4 will set you back years. Let's jump in. Mistake number 1 is overpricing your listing, especially early on. Way too many hosts set their prices sky high when they first launch. As a result, they may only get a few bookings during their first 2 weeks. But what most people don't realize is that doing this will cripple your listing in the long run. If Airbnb sees low bookings on your listing in the first 2 weeks, your search rank will plummet. Right off the bat, you'll be fighting an uphill battle trying to get your listing booked. Here's what you should do instead. Use a tool like AirDNA or Price Labs to figure out the optimal price for your listing. Then discount those rates by about 20%. You can increase your rates over time as you start to get more reviews and more bookings. But at first, keep your rates low. This will lead to a high conversion rate, which will put you higher up in Airbnb's search. Trust me, the discounts will be well worth it in the long run. If you get this right, you'll get a whole bunch of initial bookings, and that's where the fun really starts. But if you make mistake number 2, the fun will be short-lived. The second mistake that you need to avoid is getting anything less than a 5-star review early on. For your first 20 to 30 guests, it's super important that you go above and beyond. Do whatever it takes to make sure that they leave 5-star reviews. Even if it means issuing refunds or bending over backwards, do it. The reason for this is simple. If your average rating drops below 4.7 on Airbnb, you're at risk of being delisted. Maintaining a 4.7 star rating is pretty achievable once you've got a bunch of 5-star reviews under your belt. But early on, just one bad rating can put you in the danger zone. So it's absolutely critical to build up a base of 5-star reviews. And that brings me to the third very common mistake. Hosts think about negative reviews the wrong way. And I've even seen people quit hosting because they didn't understand what I'm about to share. While it's understandable that hosts stress about negative reviews, here's some advice that'll make hosting more fun. First, do everything that you can to make sure guests have a great stay. Fix what needs fixing, add fun amenities, and act on the feedback that you receive. Next, do everything you can to make things right when you make a mistake. Mistakes happen, but how you deal with them matters more than anything else. Don't be stingy, and remember that a bad review will cost you more than the cost of a refund or a pricey repair. Do your best to make things right. And finally, when you inevitably do get a less than 5-star review, trust me, you can't avoid them forever. Just take it in stride. Consider the feedback, learn from it if you can, address any issues, and move on. You can't undo the past, so there's no benefit in getting worked up over a single less than perfect review. And by the way, if you want to have way more fun with your Airbnb hosting, here's another tip. Join B&B Tribe. B&B Tribe is a growing community of amazing hosts from all over the world. We've come together to share best practices, learn from one another, and make more money on Airbnb, while also having a lot more fun. Members get access to exclusive deals, tons of added perks, and some of the industry's best tools and resources. The link to join is in the description below, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. Okay, now that brings us to mistake number 4, which, if you recall, can set you back years. One thing that you should absolutely, irrefutably, undeniably never ever do is get started completely on your own. Ask any host and they'll tell you that they've made plenty of mistakes early on. And nowadays you can join a community like B&B Tribe and avoid so many mistakes. But whether or not you join B&B Tribe, it's absolutely critical that you get help with your hosting. This can be YouTube videos like this one, books like Airbnb for Dummies, working with a coach or a friend who's experienced with hosting, or it could even be hiring a property manager. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to avoid unnecessary trial and error. Making mistakes on your own will cost you a lot of money, and it'll set you back big time. So do yourself a favor and get help. Once again, if you want to get help by joining B&B Tribe, you can check it out in the description down below. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.